Okay, I am on. I have persevered through severe sound difficulties, and I'm hoping you can hear me. Please bear with me. I'll boost the sound as much as I can. I opt for quality always, and sometimes it's tricky. So I could go back to the flip video, but I love when it looks nice and sounds nice. So I'm working on things, but in the meantime, perseverance. When you love something, keep at it. Be a warrior. Don't give up. Sitting on the sofa is not going to help anything. The worst case scenario is that you learn something that you didn't know. And if you want to just listen to the universe and say, okay, it's time to give up, that's fine too. But go as far as you can so that you feel good about yourself and that you give A for effort. So the other thing I want to tell you is that I am making a thing here that I didn't know what I was making, and this happens all the time. I don't know what I'm making until I let the produce talk to me. So for example, I have avocado, I have lemons, I have mushrooms, I have red pepper, I have purple onion, I have a habanero pepper, and what I allow myself to do is I allow myself to take out the cutting board, I prepare all the vegetables, and then I start chopping. And sometimes I have to tell people around me to be quiet because although it looks like I already have a plan, many times I do not. I may know that I want to share what I'm doing because I'm making a video and I want to share with you guys how to prep raw food, but that doesn't necessarily mean I know what the end result is going to be. I know it's going to be beautiful, but sometimes just starting to cut the veggies is all you need to do, and you'll hear a voice that says, add cumin, add cinnamon, add garlic. Wait, why don't I add this? So I prepped the mushrooms by peeling off. It was funny, the package of portobello mushrooms said peel, it didn't say peel, that's what my mom used to say. It said wash the mushrooms. But I know you can't really wash mushrooms with water because it's not good. Mushrooms in oil, good. Mushrooms in fat, good. Mushrooms in water, not so good. It makes them, the texture not nice. So my mom would just peel off the top to get the dirt off. And then you can cut the little stem out. And if you want to be really fancy, you can scoop out the brown lines if you wanted to make a filled mushroom, which I could do right now. You see, that's exactly why I don't always like to have a plan, because then all of a sudden I am open to getting a message to scoop this out, chop up some other things really fine, and make a beautiful stuffed mushroom. So that might happen, that may not. In the meantime, I am handling the other vegetables. So far, I've already chopped up into little bits red bell pepper because I'm making dinner for Herbie and he loves pepper. He also loves purple onion. I've been feeling, for some reason, I've been using a lot of habanero pepper. I used black pepper the other day. The first day he was here, he was almost choking. It was so spicy. But in my head, I said, you know what? He must need some pepper. Pepper, the capsaicin in these peppers kills germs. It boosts the metabolism. It gets everything flowing. So, I don't know, pepper seems to be on the horizon these days. So, that's what's going on in this little bowl. And then I thought, you know what? Why don't I cut up the popcorn? I'm cutting up the popcorn. I'm cutting up the cauliflower to resemble popcorn. And for those of you who have not seen my popcorn cauliflower recipe, Google, search for that, and you'll see how I like to cut a cauliflower so that there's not little bits and pieces everywhere. So wouldn't it be nice to have little teeny pieces of popcorn cauliflower mixed in with the red pepper, mixed in with the onion and the habanero, do some lemon juice, cut up the mushrooms in little pieces, do some avocado, maybe some kale, so it'll be a beautiful multicolored popcorn cauliflower salad. And that's what I was thinking of doing before I kind of thought, oh, serve something in the mushroom. So we'll see. I can just start chopping the cauliflower and see what happens as I do that. You know, I feel like it's important to get your greens on. Herbie and I already did. I served him a very, very powerful and potent green soup, but there's nothing wrong with taking a couple pieces of kale, and these have been washed very well, and with my fingers, I'm massaging the kale. Now, if that's not an act of love, massaging kale for someone, what is? So you massage the kale to break down the digestive enzymes, that or steam it if you want, and that's going to give nice little green pieces in our salad. So I will do that. What I want to talk about, what's important to me right now, is I talked about the intuiting your food prep, listening to the messages. I also want to talk about how the past couple of days it's been coming to me that who do you help? You know, who do you help? There's a lot of people in this world that need help. One day next week, Herbie's going to talk about what he's passionate about. But I'm just posing the question, who deserves your attention? There's so many people who need help. And when you get excited about raw food, you want to tell everybody. You want everybody to feel as good as you feel. You want everybody to know this information. You can't believe you didn't know it before. And you're like, why wouldn't you do it now if I'm telling you the secret to youth and beauty and love and life and vitality and longevity? Why wouldn't you do it? And I'm going to tell you that I'm doing it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Well, here's the thing. Not everybody is ready. So there's absolutely no harm in introducing what you do and to get excited about it. Definitely don't squelch that. But pay attention when you're helping somebody. Are they taking initiative to do something themselves? Even if it's like a less than fantastic effort, or it's off the mark, or it's like, yeah, those things aren't really on the plan, it's okay. If they're taking initiative thinking, I'm gonna be really careful about what I put into my body, and I'm hearing that there's some other things to do besides what I'm doing, and I'm interested. I'm gonna Google it, or I'm going to talk to some other people, or I'm going to try doing one of these simplest of recipes, and then you see there's some effort. So, you know, Herbie and I talked about this when my mom wasn't well. It's not only what somebody says, it's their actions. You can really tell a lot about somebody's will by how they act. And so this is for the people who aren't initiating great things for their future and their health, and this is also for people who are inclined to help, like I am, always inclined to help. And so now what I notice years down the road and trying to help people who are receptive for a short amount of time and then not forever, or they're not, who knows, whatever those things that I've experienced are, what I'm here to tell you is that there's a way to gauge how you feel after you've helped, after you've spoken about it. Do you feel kind of drained? Do you feel mutually jazzed with that other person? And so I've been able to see that in person with Herbie, because he and I don't feel drained after I help Herbie, or after I prepare a meal for him, or after I talk about stuff, because Herbie is mutually excited about the mission of health and helping other people. And so therefore there's a combined energy that just takes us both up higher. If you're constantly helping someone who's down at the bottom of the ladder and isn't trying to climb up at least a rung, you'll feel like it's almost like helping somebody and throwing beautiful food into a black hole, you know, or throwing good energy down a hole. And if that person's going down, you're probably not going to be able to pull them out on your own. So therefore you might go into it with them. And I really want to advise you to pay attention to energy, and you can explain this to people too, that it feels good when I help you just so much, but I need to see some proactivity on your part. So that being said, I'm going to chop up stuff. Herbie's here. He may have something to say. I'm guessing. He was sitting here so quietly. I said, you know what? I'm intuiting food prep. I can't talk. And then it took me about probably at least a half hour to get the camera working, at least. He saw me do it. It's a complicated setup, and you know, it's not always easy. So just because it's not simple doesn't mean you shouldn't do it either. So here we are. Herbie, if you're interested. Are you interested? Are you coming in?
You want me to?
Yeah, I do. Here comes Herbie. It's our third day or second day? 48 hours.
48 hours.
Come stand on this side, and I'm going to chop while you move your choppers. Herbie let's introduce, if anybody hasn't seen before, Herbie's been 3 months eating organic vegan. He feels fantastic. He just moved to California to be with me 48 hours ago. Hit it, Herbie.
Ta-da!
You can talk loud because the sound is over there.
Okay. I want you to know, I've been watching Dara prepare this, and it's amazing because she speaks from the heart. There's no preparation, you know, previously. There may be some thought. And
Really?
No, okay, I mean, she's very, very honest.
No.
And certainly the idea and concept of helping others is the prime rule. And this is
Look up there.
this is Dara's mission.
Yes.
And I can only tell you, based on so many messages that come in, Dara, I love you, and you've changed my life. I mean, you hear that kind of comment by different people from all over the world. I mean, it's amazing. So there's so much truth that comes out of her mouth, and that it's God-given, I guess. And her experience in life and all the different exposures she's had to different kinds of people, I think her message is very clear and very loud. And in fact, I'll shout. No, but
it's good to shout because our sound's going to be so poor right now. It's good if we shout. You can project. Oh yeah.
That helping people really defines who Dara is, and all I can tell you is that being in her company, and we have this deal where she does the cooking and serving, and I clean up the dishes. And but it's a worthwhile.
It's the best. Thank you.
It's a very worthwhile cooperation or business deal.
He's a gentleman. I mean, Herbie would do that anyway. He would just do the dishes. That's just what Herbie would do because he's a gentleman. But it's this thing where he knows that I love to do this, and then doing the dishes actually will stop me from doing this. If I project forward into like how many dishes and how annoying it might be. So I've been able to, that's why we're having so many videos and so much home prepared food, because there's a participation here that just feels like a good energy exchange and a good flow and a mutual excitement, because although we could go out to dinner, there's something I feel really good about this first week, just getting the most, love prepared food with the most nutrients in Herbie, because he went through a hard time. I mean, with my mom's passing, and that was and also with, I had to leave, I had to come home, and he was left to pack up a house and deal with so many things. And so I'm so grateful that he continued on this, vegan path, but I know that this kind of food will just gonna boost him up so much more. So I'm particularly interested in continuing, and it's gonna benefit me as well, because when I eat this food, I already feel better in 48 hours from feeding you, because I'll make things for Herbie that I wouldn't go to the great efforts to do all of this for myself all the time. It's just the way that it is. I don't get very fancy.
She's so delicious.
At all. So Herbie, that was loud. So Herbie, thank you. So Herbie is inspiring for all of us on many levels. He's inspiring me to make new, some recipes that are different, and he's inspiring many people to see. I think the T-shirt can say, "If Herbie can, ... So, yeah.
Well, I want you really to understand that Dara is doing this really to help people. There's no commercial angle to it.
No.
And it's a joy for me that my daughter has taken on this, quote, mission, and not only taken it on, but is succeeding. And that's very gratifying. And listen, our turn here on our lifespan is a blink in the history of how long the earth has been revolving around, and to be able to help others is a fantastic ideal, and not only an ideal but an accomplishment that has been proven by the remarks. And not only has people said that she changed their lives, there are a few that I've seen where they said, Dara, I love you. You saved my life. I mean,
Do you know how great that is? Like to know that you're making a difference and like.
all I can tell you is when I think about the 56 years I was in the insurance business, and I never got a letter or anyone ever said to me, Herbie, I love you. You changed my life. Never happened. Never happened.
My heart. And I know you did. You changed my life.
And
I'm saying it. Herbie, you changed my life.
Well,
and now
you weren't a client.
You have the right, just random people, and you have so much to share. And now you get to share it. Now you get to share things.
Right. Well, it just I feel elated to be standing next to her and see how easy it just flows out of her, this accomplishment that she and knowledge and intelligence and she really cares about people out there. And what's mind-boggling, we live in a world that we get a response from the Netherlands, from Australia, from Germany, from Greece. I mean, a person like myself who's seen so many different things happen in a lifetime, I mean, it just it's sort of miracle-like. And,
right. And that we can touch each other's lives from the comfort of our own.
Right. And I do hope that many of you can be inspired by what Dara's doing, because if it will help you, that means she's helping the world. Because there's a saying that goes, if you can save one person's life, you saved the world. So it's something that I'm very, very proud of. I know I said it before, but it bears repeating because it's true. This is a wonderful human being.
Thank you, my Herbie. This is gonna be extra love food. This is gonna be like, wow, we're gonna feel so, you wanna eat it while that's so nice. It's gonna have a little snack. Here's some red pepper. I'll cut you a little piece of, do you want this filled or do you want to eat this chopped up in here?
Whatever you're inspired to do.
What do you guys think? Well, I didn't chop up the cauliflower that small. You gotta have a really small chop to fill a mushroom. And I feel like mixing this all up, and then we can just
cut that up, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it up. It's nice to marinate this in a little olive oil, and I'm gonna show you.
And then have a bit nice salad.
And then we can sit with our bowls in front of a movie. Would that be nice? So that's kind of, this is the kind of food, if you serve it in a bowl with a big tablespoon, then it's not gonna get everywhere. It's kind of good movie food. This is popcorn cauliflower salad, perfect for the movies.
I have to get Dara though, because Thursday night is also National Football League in America. But
that's
but
okay.
It's worthwhile to just read about it as an end result.
That's tonight? Are you missing it? Yeah. Is that why you look so funny before? He had this weird look on his face, and I was like, what's wrong with you? Why? You should have told me. I would have turned it on.
No, not a deal. Listen, just the
witness so
what you went through in order to get the sound working. I mean,
that was something.
That was something. Yay, Dara finally did it.
It was something. That took a lot of perseverance. But I felt like it's so weird when I'm standing here and I'm going to make you beautiful food. I want everyone to see it because it might inspire an idea or at least some motivation to do this, because
I apologize for eating in front of you. But
they like that. They want to see you eat. Someone actually asked if we would post you eating.
No.
They want to see us eating and enjoying a meal.
And I'm doing this without a bib.
Right. We should get you an apron, because Herbie said it's going to be boring, the same old thing. I'm like, it's not going to be boring. We're going to make food together, and you can have an apron.
Okay.
And it's not going to be boring. No. You're
And
never boring, Herbie.
And we're dealing with a sharp knife, so we got to be careful, pay attention.
This looks like a toy, but it's not a toy.
And you just, like anything else in life, when you're dealing with dangerous things, you have to concentrate. And Dara handles that sharp knife very, very well. And right now, I'm waiting for my beautiful daughter to come back.
I left you alone with them.
Like a TV, they say, stretch it out, stretch
Jeff
it out.
once said, he goes, don't leave me alone with them. Jeff the raw top. You're going to meet him tomorrow, Jeff. But
Okay.
he said, don't leave me alone with them. He was kidding, of course. But I'm going to put some olive oil.
Oh boy.
And we're going to use some salt. And I feel like a little nutmeg in there, just for a little bit. For if you eat too much nutmeg, it makes you feel woozy, like
Really?
yeah, a little bit.
You know what I'd like to see you do is work something up with cinnamon.
You want cinnamon? We have cinnamon.
Would cinnamon help that?
Yes.
Cinnamon is a great.
Cinnamon regulates your blood sugar. Cinnamon's excellent. Let's put some cinnamon in. See, I like that. That's when messages come in. When you don't have to have like a strict plan.
Because I know in the morning, quite often I have oatmeal with a fruit, whether it be banana, strawberry, blueberries, but with a little honey and cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Delish.
Yes.
Very, very healthy, and all I can tell you is I'm here 48 hours, and I'm getting really, my batteries are being charged. I feel very, very good, and
Yes. That's the idea.
and it's working. I don't know how it comes through to the camera, but
You look fantastic. People are saying you look fantastic.
well, I thank you
So
for
can you
saying that.
can you tell, like, for somebody who thinks that, like, I'm doing this for you right now,
Right.
right? But and there's people who don't have me in their kitchens, okay? But you managed. Remember, did you make some things at home besides oatmeal, or you mostly went out to eat? To
No,
get it?
well, breakfasts I made at home.
And what about, did you ever do the portobello mushroom thing and the pepper?
Yes.
Okay, so there's ways, if you're not a chef, yes, to handle the produce and eat it,
Right.
right?
Oh, no question
So-
about it. And
Being determined is
that is
important.
important. And
I want
also,
you to give advice to people who are just like, I couldn't do that,
if
it's too
you
much
can-
work.
if you could find a restaurant or it's
That has
certainly
organic food.
that has organic food, and give them a little direction as to what you want.
Yeah.
Don't let them push on you what they make so easily is if they want to make you happy and healthy, you have to ask them to go a little out of the way and be willing and offer, and very rarely will they accept that you are willing to pay extra, but it's worth it. believe me.
Demand organic, because even if they don't do it right away, if enough people say something,
Yeah, we see what's happening in the supermarkets, that the amount of space they're putting organic food in. There's signs now, I just saw at the Whole Foods here in Venice.
we ran into two people. Go ahead.
That coming soon, a juice bar in the supermarket. So
Cold pressed juice, right?
It's the idea is a good virus spreading. I mean, people are taking a real interest in improving their health, and certainly food would help, not only physical, but when you feel good, you're going to be thinking good. It's going to be mentally very, very positive. And I find that it's creating that kind of happiness in myself, and I'm indebted. To Dara, because she brought this knowledge and finally convinced me. Whoa!
Okay, so there's nothing on it. What I wanted to do was find my coconut aminos, because namashoyo is not my favorite, but it's okay for a little bit for a soy flavor. But oil and a little namashoyo, coconut aminos are nice, and then I put flax oil. Flax oil is really good for us.
I know it's not
So-
nice to say, but let's finish this and eat.
Yeah, okay, this is getting kind of long. It's like a 12, no, it's a long video, but I can cut some of it out, make it shorter.
No,
people like the long videos.
Well, listen, it's pearls of wisdom.
That's my name. That's what it means, pearl of wisdom. And Dara, this Thai woman, said your name means star. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's
Mommy
super.
did a good job.
Oh, and tell about when we were in the market, what happened.
We ran into Hillary. Hi, Hillary. She's been watching the videos because Carissa, Jada's singing teacher, who's gorgeous and fabulously talented, introduced me to her on Facebook or YouTube. And then Cecilia, who just moved here from Las Vegas, got very happy that she ran into me at Whole Foods. And that is just so much fun. And of course, I hug everybody as soon as I meet them. I'm like, oh, family, come here. So it was lovely, and that obviously tickled Herbie, obviously. Okay, now try one of those. That's not a fuzz, it's just a, yeah. So.
Cheers.
So this is gonna go in the salad. We're not gonna shut the camera until Herbie tries the food.
One of the things I thought I'd be missing, besides ice cream, is once in a while I have a nice cold beer. And to be honest with you, I don't miss it.
Really?
With the smoothies and the different drinks and the whole combination, I think the fact that if you feel better, and the reason, it's not an assumption, it's true, the reason is the Dara changing the whole thing of all the foods and combinations I'm putting in my mouth.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna you're gonna be so happy. Oh my gosh, it's really got so much flavor. It's got the habanero. I'm putting in a little nutritional yeast for some B12 vitamin, and Herbie hasn't had that kind of cheesy flavor. All right, that's good.
That's gonna be.
It's
gonna be a new taste.
Yeah. So, and I can put in a little bit of since we're all together anyway, and it's taken some time, a little bit of sweet is nice. This is coconut nectar, and a little titch of sweet just balances out the flavor.
I just got the thought, if I was at home watching this, I'd want to jump through the camera and taste that.
Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
Great.
I could plate it. All right, you ready?
Great smell and looking forward to it.
Okay, here you go, Herbie.
Mm.
Is it good?
It knocks me out.
It's nice, right?
Very good. Has a little kick to it.
I'm gonna put some more cinnamon for you. I don't taste the cinnamon.
No. All right. But
Ribs is nice. So that's a really good explanation to why eat this way. Like I'm always thinking, why not? And there's a zillion why nots. We could come up with so many excuses why not. I don't have the time. I don't want to think about food all the time. What did we used to do? The first thing we thought about besides shelter a long time ago was food. We would live our lives around where we could get the best, most nutritious food that would sustain us and our families. So that's all I do.
well, also next to breathing, the most important thing that you do most frequently is eat. And to find out what's the best to eat, and based on what results you get, I mean, this is a proven product, a proven plan, and
Yeah, and your glow is speaking the truth of it all. So on that note, you guys, get your greens on. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
yeah, bye.
Bye.